Hey everybody. I was thinking about making cider, like I often do, and specifically this problem that I've been having lately, which is sourcing apples. Now, a little bit of background, when I first got into this, I actually wanted to make wine, like grape wine. But because where I live, apples are super easy to come by. Whereas grapes, it's not as easy to find really high quality good ones. As you may or may not know, if you don't have good starting material, for most wine anyway, the finished product can only be so good. That's why I went with apples, because it's super easy to get just fantastic apples where I'm from. And the first cider I ever made was just fantastic. Well, it is fantastic. I'm not done with it, but so far it's just amazing. And I chose great varietals, which were grown in a place that just grows really good apples. But it's like 3 hours away, which leads to an issue that I think is going to be inherent throughout this process, which is just overall cost. Because this juice that I got, while fantastic, was pretty expensive. I think it cost me like $60 for 3 gallons worth, plus the gas and like 6 hours round trip or something like that. And well, on a small scale, that's totally fine, and to me it is absolutely worth it. It's not so much if I'm going to be making like 20 gallons or something like that, especially because I have no plans on ever selling this stuff. And even if I did, it's kind of a tough market because I mean, I'd have to sell it for probably more than anybody would want to pay for it in order to make a profit. Which led me back to the beginning. The beginning being how and why people started making cider in the first place. Probably just as a means of food preservation, food storage. Because if you have apple trees and you're not going to eat all of the apples before they go bad, then they're just going to go bad. And so I think there's kind of this odd situation where a lot of farmers nowadays will grow apples specifically for cider, and they make fantastic stuff, but it ends up being a little expensive, which again, in some cases is totally fine, and I think it's great when people can make a profit. But in my case, if I'm just making a cider to drink and just because I enjoy doing it, then I may not want to dump in a bunch of money into this just hobby. Which leads me to the point of this video. For a hobbyist winemaker, it is totally fine to go pay money for really good stuff. But also, if you're working with the fruit of the land from around where you live, you can probably find somebody who will just give it away. And I think this is going to be a theme because I was shocked at how cheap some of this stuff can be. So recently, I just got 10 gallons of apples for free, and I could probably get another 50 gallons from these people. And I just got 2 more hookups who are willing to give me a bunch of free apples. I don't know the varietal, but it's still exciting. So, food for thought, use the fruit that's around you. That's already going to be surplus.